Level 1, the ordinary man. You are a crane operator. You are not a soldier, you have never fired a weapon, you have never worn a uniform. Every morning, you climb 50 feet of steel ladder to a small cab above dry dock number 1 at the Pearl Harbor Navy Yard. You sit in that cab for 10 hours a day, you move steel plates, you lift engine parts, you lower supplies to the men working below. The sailors don't know your name. The officers don't look at you. You are part of the machinery. Invisible, ordinary. You are a civilian employee of the Navy Yard. Your paycheck is small. Your job is repetitive. Your hands are calloused from years of levers and cables. Below your crane sits the USS Pennsylvania, a battleship. 608 feet of American steel. She is in dry dock for repairs, sitting on blocks, completely exposed. A warship out of the water is the most helpless thing in the world. 2 destroyers sit in the dock ahead of her, the Cassin and the Downs. Also on blocks. Also helpless. You know every inch of these ships, not because you sailed on them, because you worked above them. Day after day. Month after month. It is December, 1941. There is talk of war in the newspapers. Japan. Germany. Distant places, distant problems. You don't think about war, you think about your shift, your lunch pail, the weekend coming. You have no idea that in a few hours, you will do something no one trained you to do. Something no one ordered you to do, something history will almost completely forget. The morning of December 7th. It is Sunday, 6:30 a.m. The sky over Oahu is soft and pink. The air smells like salt and plumeria flowers. Most of the island is asleep. Sailors are in their bunks, officers are at breakfast. Church bells will ring soon. But you are awake. You are working. Ships don't repair themselves, and the Pennsylvania needs work even on Sundays. You climb the ladder to your crane cab, same as every morning. You check the cables. You test the levers. You settle into your seat 50 feet above the dry dock. From up here, you can see everything. The harbor spread out below you like a map. Battleship row in the distance. 8 battleships lined up like sleeping giants. The water calm and blue. The entire Pacific Fleet, resting in its home port. The safest place in the world. That's what everyone believes. 7:40 a.m. You pour coffee from your thermos. You look out at the horizon. You notice something. Small dots in the sky, coming from the northwest. Dozens of them. Then, more than dozens. Planes. Must be a drill, you think. The army flies drills all the time. The dots grow larger. They drop lower. They are flying in a formation you have never seen in any drill. At 7:55 a.m., the first plane dives toward Ford Island. You see the bomb detach from its belly. You see it fall. You see the explosion before you hear it. And then you see the red circles painted on the wings. The rising sun. Japan. The sky turns black. The world explodes around you. Not one explosion, hundreds. Torpedo bombers skim the water 50 feet high, dropping their weapons into battleship row. Dive bombers scream down from the clouds. Fighter planes strafe everything that moves. From your crane cab, 50 feet in the air, you have the clearest view in Pearl Harbor, and the most exposed. You watch the USS Arizona take a bomb through her deck. 4 seconds later, she erupts. A fireball 1,000 feet high. The blast shakes your crane from a mile away. Over 1,000 men die in that single instant. You don't know the number yet. You just know the sound. You will hear that sound in your sleep for the rest of your life. The USS Oklahoma is hit by torpedo after torpedo. She begins to roll. Slowly. Impossibly. A 30,000-ton battleship turning over like a dying animal. Men slide down her hull into the burning water. Smoke covers the harbor, black, thick. The pink morning sky is gone. Sirens scream. Men run in every direction below you. Some toward their stations. Some away from the flames. Nobody knows what to do, because nothing like this has ever happened. And then you realize something that freezes your blood. The Pennsylvania, the flagship of the Pacific Fleet. She is sitting in dry dock directly below you, out of the water, on blocks. She cannot move. She cannot maneuver. She cannot escape. She is the biggest, easiest, most valuable target in the entire harbor. And the Japanese know exactly where she is. Every instinct in your body says run. Climb down the ladder, find shelter, survive. You are a civilian, this is not your fight. Nobody would blame you. Hundreds of workers are already running for the gates. Your crane cab is a steel box on rails, 50 feet in the air, in the middle of a war zone. It has no armor. No weapons. No protection. One bullet through the glass, and you are gone. One bomb anywhere near the dock, and you are gone. You look at the ladder. You look at the Pennsylvania below. There are over 1,000 men on that ship. Sailors scrambling to their anti-aircraft guns. Men you have watched work for months. Men whose faces you know, even if you never learned their names. From their position low in the dry dock, they cannot see the planes coming. The dock walls block their view. They are firing blind at a sky full of death. But you can see everything. And then you look at your crane. 50 feet tall. Mounted on rails that run along the entire length of the dry dock. A massive arm of steel that can move back and forth beside the ship. Your crane cannot shoot. Your crane cannot fight. But your crane is 50 feet of solid steel. And it can move. You do not climb down the ladder. Level 5. You grab the levers. The first Japanese fighter comes in low, lining up a strafing run on the Pennsylvania's deck. You slam the levers forward. The crane groans and rolls down its track. Directly into the fighter's path. The pilot sees 50 feet of steel sliding in front of his target. He breaks off. He banks away. His bullets hit your crane instead of the sailors below. It worked. You cannot believe it worked. Another plane lines up. You move again. The crane rolls back along the rails. An iron wall. Shifting to meet every attack. You are playing chess with dive bombers. Your only piece is a crane. Their pieces are machine guns and 500-pound bombs. Below you, the Pennsylvania's gunners begin to understand what you are doing. They cannot see the planes coming over the dock walls. But they can see your crane. Every time you move, you are pointing. Every time the crane rolls, the gunners swing their barrels in that direction. And fire before the plane even appears. Your crane has become a 50-foot pointing finger. A signal tower. A shield. The Japanese pilots grow frustrated. This one dock will not die like the others. Bombs meant for the Pennsylvania hit the dock walls. Strafing runs break apart early. Then the destroyers in front of the Pennsylvania take their hits. The Cassin and the Downs erupt in flames. Burning oil floods the bottom of the dry dock. The heat rises around your cab like an oven. You keep moving the crane. Smoke blinds you. Shrapnel rattles off the steel around your head. Every window in your cab is cracked or gone. You keep moving the crane. You are one man. A civilian. In a steel box. Fighting the Imperial Japanese Navy with 2 levers and 50 feet of iron. And then. A bomb lands close. Too close. The explosion picks up your world and shakes it. The blast hurls you against the controls. Your head strikes steel. Darkness. They pull you from the cab. Wounded. Concussed. Alive. The Pennsylvania survives the attack. Her hull holds. Her guns never stopped firing. Of all the battleships at Pearl Harbor that morning, she is among the least damaged. The flagship of the Pacific Fleet lives to fight again. Because a crane operator refused to climb down the ladder. The attack ends at 9:45 a.m. It lasted 110 minutes. 2,403 Americans are dead. 1,178 are wounded. 18 ships are sunk or damaged. 188 aircraft are destroyed. The harbor burns for 2 days. The smoke can be seen from every corner of the island. You wake up with a concussion and a ringing in your ears that never fully goes away. Around you, the hospital is full of men with burns, missing limbs, and empty stares. You feel almost guilty for being whole. Nobody interviews you, nobody photographs you. There are 2,400 stories of that morning, and the newspapers only have room for a few. The Pennsylvania is repaired and returns to sea. She goes on to fight across the entire Pacific. Guam, Leyte Gulf, Okinawa. Her guns support landing after landing, all the way to the end of the war. Every shell she fires, every landing she protects, every life her guns save. None of it happens if she dies in that dry dock on December 7th. You go back to work. Same crane, same dock. Same 10-hour shifts. The heroes of Pearl Harbor get medals. They deserve them. Doris Miller gets the Navy Cross for manning a machine gun he was never trained to fire. John Finn gets the Medal of Honor for firing at planes for 2 straight hours with 21 wounds in his body. Their names are in books. Their faces are in museums. Movies are made about that morning. You get nothing. You are a civilian. There is no medal for civilians who block dive bombers with construction equipment. There is no ribbon for men who turn cranes into shields. Some of the Pennsylvania's officers tell the story for years afterward. The crane operator who saved the flagship. Some historians write a paragraph about you. A footnote. A curiosity. Most books about Pearl Harbor never mention you at all. You never ask for recognition. You never give interviews. You live the rest of your life as exactly what you were on the morning of December 6th. An ordinary working man. But here is the truth that history almost lost. On the worst morning in American naval history, when the sky itself was falling, the flagship of the Pacific Fleet was protected not by armor. Not by fighter planes. Not by admirals. But by one man. In a crane. Who refused to run. Your name was George Walters. And now, at least, somebody remembers. Somewhere tomorrow morning, an ordinary man will climb into an ordinary machine, and start an ordinary shift. He will believe, like you believed, that he is invisible. That his work doesn't matter. That history happens to other people. He has no idea what he might be capable of. Nobody ever does. Until the sky turns black.